Hey guys, this is MB from UndrogChance.com and welcome back to my baseball betting mall projections. Monday, May 29th. Yesterday I went 2-1 plus 0.86 or 87 units of profit. I had St. Louis money line. They lost. It was, I think, blown safe. I had St. Louis first five innings. It was a winning bet. And I also had Kansas City Royals. They beat Washington. So it was a profitable day. And right now I'm sitting at 124 wins, 94 losses, and the profit of 27.86 units with yield or ROI, like a lot of people say also ROI plus 9.12 units, which is amazing. And as I said, this is three times better than stock market investment. So if you can generate something in your life which will generate three times better than stock market, uh, then you know that you're doing pretty well. Okay, because we know that the wealthiest people in the world, they have generated huge wealth with patience and with 10% growth, right? So if you take, I don't know, stock markets, SP 500, and if you take 100 years, and if you have a capital in the long run, you build wealth with this, okay? So anyway, today I have two qualified bets, but before we go to projections and qualified bets, I want to talk a little bit about the time and distractions, okay, we have in our life. Because when I was younger, when I went to the capital city to study water science, I started betting, and I was also working in a restaurant, because I didn't come from rich family. I was broke all the time back then, but uh, I was always complaining that I don't have time and I don't have money. Okay, this was my I was complaining all the time about this. Okay, but when I received my first salary from the restaurant job, I spent the first day half of the salary for Armani jeans. Okay, so I bought Armani jeans for half of the salary. I remember that day, and of course, at the end of the month, I was broke again. Okay, and back then I was always complaining that I don't have time. I don't have time because I had to work, and I don't have money. But I didn't have money because I spent money for stupid things, and I didn't have time because I had to work, and I also spent the time for the things that didn't bring me any joy or didn't bring me any future benefits, if you like. Okay, of course there was some joy with partying, with drinking alcohol, with I don't know, wearing these jeans at least for a couple of days, but then I went back to reality. Okay, and I think this is one of the mistakes or struggles a lot of people have, especially young ones. Okay, and most of the time it's not about money and time that stops you. Most of the time are distractions. Okay, and back then when I was young, at one point I came back home and I was sad, I was broke, I had to work, I didn't have money, and I went to the room where I lived, and I looked around and I saw so many things I didn't need in my life. So branded clothes, I don't know, some things that I bought that I didn't even use. And this is something uh, we always do, especially when we are young. And I want to show you something now. Okay, this is the research right now on the internet. So how much time we spend on a daily basis on social media. Okay, so daily time spent using social media. So as you see, around 2 hours per day we spend on social media. So, and it is internet users age between 16 and 64. Okay, so no, so not only young people but also older people. Social media share of online time, we also have here, uh, based on different countries, so worldwide, uh, a lot of time, right? Median age of population, as you see. So there's a lot of statistics about how much time we spend on social media, and most of the time, This is not this is something that will not make your life better in the future. Currently, I deleted my social apps. I deleted TikTok. I deleted Facebook. So everything I do, I either outsource or I simply do the work on the laptop. So then I close the laptop, and when I go out, I don't watch the results. I don't scroll on the internet, because not only it will not it will not help you, it will also distract you, it will also attack your dopamine system. And then at the end of the day, I received emails from people that they don't have time watch videos, they don't have educational or practice or betting. If they like betting, they don't have time for making projections. But at the same time, we know that those are the facts, statistics, that people spend a lot of time on social media, and most of the social media is just fun, right? When you scroll, then it is just fun. And if you can be aware of this, it will make your life better. Okay. One thing that I noticed when I deleted TikTok, I am simply more focused. I am more calm, and I have more effective time. Okay, so I do more work. Okay, so I have at least 1 hour extra to do the job. So working on my business, working on my betting malls, working on my websites, spending time with my friends, with my daughter, with my family. So I simply have more time for more important things. Okay, I have more time for watching courses, for reading books, for everything that I really like, and everything that will make my life better. Okay, the same goes with money. Okay, people are willing to spend, I don't know, 2,000 American dollars for PlayStation and the games, right? So the PlayStation is, I don't know, 500, 600, and then they spend for 10 games as well, $60 for each game, so it is 1,000. And some people even more, they are buying credits. And I'm not saying that this is bad. Okay, everyone should do what he thinks is best for his life, but uh, I the day only has 24 hours. You cannot do everything, right? You can either build business, improve life, or have fun. Okay, or maybe find some balance. Okay, but saying that we don't have money or time, it is most of the time a lie. Okay, it is most of the time a lie. I was lying to myself when I was younger, because I had enough time, I had enough money. Okay, I of course I couldn't afford luxury things, but I had enough money to live, and with that I could have more time to learn and improve my life, so the success would come earlier. But because I was spending a lot of money for example, Armani jeans, of course I had to go back to restaurant and work. So because I didn't have money later for something else, right? So it was a magical circle, right? So, and then later when I stopped drinking alcohol as well, it was also extra time and money, because I had more energy, because I didn't have hangovers. Because when I was drinking, uh, not only that I lost my weekends, I also lost Monday and Tuesday usually, right? So from 7 days in the week, I lost 3 or 4 days. And when I stopped drinking alcohol, I I saved the time because I didn't have hangover, and I saved a lot of money as well, because alcohol is also very expensive. And not only when you go out, you also need branded clothes, you need to wear something nice, you need to pay drinks, and so on and so on. Okay, so if you have a goal, think about the distractions you have in your life. Okay, it is not my advice what you should do, but I just want to tell you my pain which I had in the past when I was younger, and what I learned. It was also a big lesson. Of course I needed that. Okay, I needed that. And if you're young, uh, you also need that experience. And most of the times we learn from our mistakes. Okay, the smartest people learn from other people's mistakes, but most of us, I'm also an average guy. I'm nobody here, right? We learn from our own mistakes, and I learned from my own mistakes right back then. But if maybe I can save 2 or 3 people with this message, and maybe you can save 1 year, so you can be more focused. And if you find what are your distractions in your life and exclude them, I think 1 or 2 years is pretty big, right? Especially when you will be older. So right now I'm 43. 1 or 2 years when you're 43 or 50 or 60 is pretty big deal. Okay, when you're 18 years old, 1 or 2 years is nothing, right? But when you get older and when you look back, 1 year is a lot, right? And you can save 1 year just by excluding distractions. Okay, it you will have more money, you will have more time, uh, you will spend time more wisely. It is always better to buy books, seminars, which will uh, help you to make more money in the future than spending money for, I don't know, video games or Armani jeans like I did. And this will make your life better. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Okay, at least this helped me. I was lucky to found this. I still have distractions. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I deleted TikTok. I still need to delete some other things, but I'm not scrolling on the phone anymore. Uh, I'm not scrolling on Twitter. I'm not scrolling on I don't even check Instagram maybe once per day if there's some message or if I post story. But I don't scroll anymore. I spend time more wisely. Okay, so I hope this will help you in some way. Okay, so let's go to today's projections and the numbers, and I hope that these numbers will also help you. Okay, so Cleveland, Baltimore, Logan Allen, Tyler Wells, two right-handed pitchers. Based on my projections, Cleveland should be plus 190 and Baltimore minus 190. So based on my projections, Baltimore should be bigger favorite. Okay, and I have Baltimore as a qualified bet for 1.5 unit. Okay, so as you see, this is adjusted Kelly criterion, which takes into account my projected probabilities and bookmakers odds. Okay, and if the discrepancy is bigger, then also this number is bigger. Okay, and this is a suggestions or recommendation how much units should I bet. Okay, based on the discrepancy between my numbers and bookmakers numbers. And if the number is bigger, then I should bet a little bit more units. Okay, but I round this unit, so I don't bet, for example, 1.70 unit or 1.90. I round them. Okay, so I have 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, and 2 is maximum bet. Okay, uh, and because no model is perfect, no calculation is perfect, we should use them as a direction. Okay, what we should bet and how much. Okay, no model is perfect. Okay, not even bookmakers make perfect odds. Okay, those are all estimations, and our goal is to have better estimations than others, or if I'm more precise, it is not about who is more correct but who is less wrong in sports betting world, right? So I try to be less wrong than others. Okay, so Texas, Detroit, Eovaldi against Matthew Boyd, right-handed pitcher against lefty. Based on my projections, there's no value in full game, but small value with Texas, and they're pretty good team this season. But I found a value with Texas first 5 inning. My projected odds 1.47 in decimal, and winning percentages 68.03%. And this is another qualified bet. So those are two qualified bets: Baltimore money line and Texas first 5 innings. Baltimore for not Baltimore, yes, Baltimore at 1.5 unit, and Texas first 5 inning also 1 unit. The earlier odds were a little bit better. You could get Texas at 1.6065, which was even better, but I was a little bit late. But this is still the last price which I would take: 1.56, 1.57. Anything below that I think it will fall below the value. Okay, I could put this. I could put this here in my calculation, and it would show me. Okay, Kansas City Royals St. Louis. I will skip this game because we have league average number for the pitcher here. I mentioned this in previous videos. If the pitcher is not qualified, either he was injured, either he doesn't have enough innings pitch. I simply skip the games. Tampa Bay Rays against Chicago Cubs. Bradley Stroman. Based on my projections, Tampa Bay should be small favorite. I think they are small favorite at some bookmakers, and I don't think I will have any value later as well. Colorado Arizona average number here again. I skip this game. I put them just for the record, so I have all the games, so I don't miss any game. Okay. Minnesota Houston Sonny Gray against another right-handed pitcher from Astros. This is based on my projections, close to even game. I give a little bit better chance to Houston, but also bookmakers think the same, so I skip this game. Pittsburgh San Francisco Giants. Left-handed pitcher will start for Pittsburgh. Rich Hill. My projected odds plus 120, bookmakers plus 126. It is not qualified. Then we have Atlanta, Oakland. I skip this game. Angels against Chicago White Sox. Kennick against Kopech. Based on my projections, maybe small value with Angels in full game, but it was very close in first 5 innings. As you see, adjusted Kelly criterion 0.99. I have criteria at 1, so if this number hits 1, then this is qualified bet. Some people could say, okay, why are you not taking Angels because it is very close? Well, this is the point, right? You set the goals, you set the rules, and you stick to it. Okay, because then you set the line and you go with the bet if it is above the line, and you simply don't go if it is below the line. Okay, because if you set the rules, and if of course you need to be also flexible, okay, from time to time and adjust, of course this is completely okay. But when you bet or whatever you do in life, we set the rules, right? With this we save energy. Okay, once we set the rules, we save the energy. The same with sports betting malls, because if you need to take a decisions from your opinion or from your mind every single time, okay, you put a lot of energy. Okay, you lost a lot of energy, and this is something we cannot do. Okay, you cannot compete with other people who have systems because they don't waste energy. Okay, you know, I don't know if this is true, but I heard somewhere that, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, or I don't know, some rich people, some really, really wealthy and successful people, they don't decide what they will wear, because they say that if they spend the energy for what they will wear, they will not have energy later for some really important decisions. Okay, and when you make systems, when you set the rules, when you build sports betting malls, you save a lot of time and energy. Okay, and this can be used for something much more important. Okay, when people read news and then they need to decide what they bet with their opinions, with the gut feelings, they spend a lot of energy, and of course everything else will fall apart. Okay, we have some amount of energy and brain cells in a single day. Okay, let's say that this is 100 units. Okay, so if you spend 20 units on social media, if you spend 20 units of your brain and energy for arguing with your wife or kids, this is another 20 units. If you spend, I don't know, 40 units on your job or at work, right, this is another thing, right? And uh, and we don't have unlimited energy and and let's say those mind points, right? And this is why we try to make systems. Okay, for also people hire fitness coaches because they don't want to think about what they should do there. They simply go there and they simply do the task they give them. Okay, this is why it is important to set the rules and set the systems. And this is why I also have betting modes, because it would not be possible to make an analysis of 2,430 games in one season, and I need to decide with my mind what to bet. If I do this, I can only do this. I couldn't have anything else, no family, nothing else. Or I would do a bad job here, okay? And that's why we need to build systems and automatizations, right? And when I say this, I simply set the rule at one, okay? And sometimes I will make a mistake, sometimes I will be correct, but it is important to set the rules. Of course, we need to change the rules from time to time. Of course, we need to adjust systems. We need to adjust. We also need to change the goals. Everything. This is completely okay, but we cannot do this on a daily basis, okay? We need to review and then we adjust. Okay, this is how I think. Okay, this is how I think, and this will also save you some time. So okay, and energy as well, which is important because life is competition. Life is competition. Everything is competition. Sports betting is not about beating a bookie. Okay, a lot of people think sports betting is about beating a bookie. No, sports betting is not about beating a bookie. I'm a bookie killer. That doesn't exist, right? It is competition. You are competing against others. You're not competing only against bookmakers. You're competing against other bettors. And if you have one bettor who is very smart, who is training hard, who has focus, who have a betting model, who save a lot of time and energy, who doesn't scroll on social media, while on the other side, for example, you or me or whoever are scrolling on the internet, on social media, watching sports peaks, trying to make decision with gut feelings on every single game. Do you think you can compete with that guy? No, it is this. Also, the same is with the girls. If you go out, okay, it is a competition against other men. Okay, you're competing against other men. If you would be only one man in the world and the rest would be women, you wouldn't have competition. You could be, I don't know, fat lazy guy scrolling, and they would all want you. But in the world we live, we have a competition, right? So if you go to a pub and if there's a lot of girls and there's also a lot of attractive guys, you're competing against them. So it is competition. The same is in sports betting, and we try to optimize not only betting models, not only analyze, but our life and our mindset and our energy, so we can compete with those guys. Okay, you need to be somehow at the top of 5% of people in sports betting world. Okay, and a lot of people ignore the mindset, a lot of people ignore the rest of the things. They think that they will just find peaks, they will follow peaks, and this will be enough. No, it will not be enough. Okay, I can give you the best sports peaks in the world. Let's say that they come from a divine source or the god itself, and if you don't fix other things, uh, I believe that you will lose everything in 1 month or at some point. Okay, because success is combination of many things, including being aware of how we use time, money, and energy, right? Okay, Washington Dodgers. I will skip this game and the last game. Yankees, Seattle, Domingo German, Bryce Miller. There are still no odds from bookmakers, at least most of the bookmakers. But I believe that the odds will be pretty similar. So I think I will skip this game too. Okay. So thank you for watching. I hope it was informative. I just share my views, and as I said in the past, this was also a big lesson. I was always complaining about the money and the time, but in reality, most of I'm sure 90% of complaints are are a lie. Okay, it's a lie. We have enough time, we have enough money if we live in I don't know, western countries, or we, of course there are some conflicts in the world, for example in Ukraine right now. Of course, this is not advice for their people, because their main goal is to survive. But if we live in peaceful country, in normal country, and they will also fix this sooner or later. But let's say that we are talking about the normal environment, normal conditions. We have time, we have money, enough money, or at least we can make enough money to live, to build better life for the future, to build better life for tomorrow. And this is all possible. And the only thing, the first step should be to look at the distractions. What are your distractions in your life? Is this scrolling on the internet? Is this Armani jeans like mine, which you don't need, right? So I don't know. I don't know who cares about branded clothes anymore. Okay, or expensive stuff or something like that. Okay, you can live free life with much cheaper things, and it is much better invest your time, money, and energy in building yourself. Uh, Buying a book for 50 American dollars is way better than spending, I don't know, 500 on Armani jeans, because that 50 book, that $50 book will make you, will build a better life, will make your life better definitely in the future. And Armani jeans for $500 will get you what one, you maybe you will get late once, and even if you will be bad at getting late, you won't get another chance, right? So that's all. So invest in yourself, look at your distractions, save time, energy, and money for smarter things. Okay, as Kiyosaki has, this is very basic. We have assets and liabilities. So assets will bring you, let's say, better life or more money in the future, and liabilities will drop. For example, car is one example. So if you buy a car, uh, the price will drop. So you lost money at the time you invested. Of course, we need money, but this is just example. So right, uh, and I hope this can help some people as well. Okay, I made mistake. This was also big mistake from my past, and I'm okay with this right now. But I see young people who do the same mistake. Of course, they need to learn on their own mistakes as well. But if I can save some time for you, so that you exclude these things earlier, 1 year or 2 years later is a big deal. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I wish you all the success. Thank you.